Started in 2002. I had became the vice president of pre-engineered and general products for Corson Fire and Security. And one of my responsibilities was to manage some of the vendor relationships and understand, who to use and why, and work on all the training and such. And I had the opportunity to, at that time, work with Mr. Robert Bell, who was in a different role, and be able to start what I would call a relationship that's been going on now for over 20 years. I think the biggest things that I noticed was the still genuine relationship interest. Unfortunately today we see a lot of folks that are a little less relationship, a little more numbers only. And this is an industry to me that's still all about relationships. So that's been very important. Going beyond relationships though, it's all about performance. Brooks has been doing a fantastic job for me back in my days at the other company as well as my current company today. So it's an easy decision for me. I think it's simple. It's an easy relationship to have with not only the everyday ordering that we might do in one form or fashion, the options, all the selection choices that we have. Getting it the next day is really important so we can manage our inventory, how much inventory we have. I think the people are awesome to work with. They're very personable, but they also care. You can tell they genuinely want to do a great job for us. So when I think about Brooks, I think about just they're easy to do business with, and that's really important in a very complex and busy environment that we live in. Yeah, absolutely. I can remember a time, when I would have, weeks and weeks of inventory for something because the supplier that I might have been working with at the time had a 5, 6, 7, 10-day lead time. And being a businessman, I'm thinking about how much money is sitting in that warehouse. And when the relationship with Brooks began and as it evolved, I really recognized the power of getting something the next day, whether it be a fusible link or a pallet of fire extinguishers. So when I think about logistics and the ability to have things as quickly as we do, and rarely do we find ourselves in a situation where it's not available or we need to stock a lot of items for a particular reason. So thinking about why Brooks is such a partner in that sense, it saves us money, certainly by not having to have as much inventory. And know we have confidence it's going to come the next day if we order it. It's probably because I've been doing this for 33 years, so I've got a lot of pride in being in the fire protection industry. But when I think about partnerships where you feel like it's more than just about the numbers and the widgets that we're buying, it's truly about our overall partnership in the industry as well. When I look at Brooks, really appreciate all the content that we see that's rolled out on a regular basis, providing some good tips and information. And I think the other big thing is just how close they are to the different codes and requirements, working with FEMA, but also having code consultants. When you look at a supplier partner who's doing those things, it explains why maybe there's a price difference on some things because there is that investment being made in this industry and for each company. When I look at other providers, I ask that question, what are you folks doing in the realm of codes and content and education and training? And it's a tough answer for them because they're doing the wholesale well, but that's where they stop. And I think that's a huge advantage for Brooks. It's kind of fun today to think back in my days where it was a pen and a piece of paper that you were working from or a fax that we were sending. When I look at Certasite in particular, we started this business with the full intent to be as technology focused and innovative as we could be. And it was important to us to get there as fast as we could. And we've done that with all the applications that we currently use, from our field service to our inspection management, inventory and accounting applications, and also customer relationship tools. So when we think about using technology where it can really help your business, it's important that our partners are also thinking that way. This is an old school industry, so it makes perfect sense to me when somebody says, no, we don't do this or we don't do that. So watching Brooks actually evolve to the Brooks app, having more things available to our people in the field or to our sales team to utilize, with a quick search has been a real benefit. From an ordering perspective, it's interesting. Again, it's an old school business, so I think we all would be just fine sending an email or sending a scanned document or something. But knowing that technology is making it easier, and in fact, in my mind, there's still some room to go. I think we can make it even better for our company and Brooks. That's a real advantage. Again, talking about being easy to do business with, that is another way that it certainly happens.